Okay, I just did a general search on the internet and my picture came up there. I searched for Michael Kujawski, ESL, EFL teacher, general Google search on the internet. And that is a picture of myself about, whenever 10 or 20 years ago, whenever in the basement of my mother's house where I stored my reading materials. I used books from used bookstores, and I don't recall the exact year that I took that one. Those are other Michael Kujawski. So when you do these general searches on the internet, stuff comes up. There's my general search. I just did a Google search: Michael Kujawski, ESL, EFL teacher, and I came up on LinkedIn. I haven't accessed, if I have a LinkedIn account, I don't remember it. I haven't accessed it in years. It says the same thing there on the internet: English foreign language teacher, China EFL. I probably lived in China and South Korea over 5 years, maybe 5, 6, 7 years. And I have friends in China, mostly in China, mostly in Shenzhen. Here's something from when I was in Zhengzhou as a high school teacher at the number 9 high school in the middle of China. Now, here's an example of where I do keep in touch. I have YouTube and TikTok channels, and I have kept up to speed, up to date with them. So let's just hit this one here, where it says Michael Kujawski YouTube, in case you are interested in looking me up. Uh, and see what happens, what comes up here. Michael Kujawski. And there you have some of my videos, in case you are interested in looking some of them up. So there's a way of looking them up. You would do just a general search on the internet or on YouTube or TikTok, Michael Kujawski, ESL, EFL, and some stuff comes up. Here's a good one. That's sort of a job interview type situation where I'm in my house and I do a short 3-minute job interview or a job sales pitch to get land ESL, EFL teaching work way back in 2019. And it's only 3 minutes was the reason I like this one. It goes fast, since if you're jumping around and want to go fast, like on the freeway. Here's one of my favorite ones that I accidentally started that. Here's one of my favorite ones that I happen to like. I don't know if other people like it that much. This one's an hour and 27 minutes. And the same thing, you can find it: teaching classroom English in China and South Korea. ESL, EFL, Michael, ESL After Dark, something like that. Now, here my videos come up, and unfortunately, they don't come up as the most popular ones. So you want to look around on here and just navigate this a little. It says I'm in the home thing, so I want to get out of that. Just in case you are looking for a specific video, if you know the exact title of it, it does surface on the internet or on TikTok or YouTube. But you need to know the exact title. If you don't know the exact title, you can, and that's what I'm showing you here. Up there it says home. So I'm more interested in my serious ESL videos in this video. So I would hit videos right there. I hit videos, and now some unpopular ones come up. They come up in any order, the most recent ones. So as you see, those, this looks like it's YouTube, have not been watched a lot. So it says latest up here. So that's not what I'm interested in. So I want to hit that. Hit instead of latest, I want to see the most popular ones that people have watched the most. So I hit popular, and now some of my longer, serious, popular videos about my books or ESL teaching surface. So right there, that one, for me, that's popular. For a movie star, that is not popular. But as a resident of Wisconsin, So ESL overseas, fascinating experiences, classroom English, blah, blah, blah. And you can see right there, 6.3 thousand views. Popular for me, as a former newspaper wire editor and sports editor, circulation 45,000 and below, but not popular for a legitimate um, international star or something like that. FBI, lawyers, privacy, I was sort of put up to that one by other people, 5.3 thousand views. This one's attempting to be comical, as my father used to say, or silly or funny. 4.6 thousand views, silly noodles, comical peanuts, car cooker, about my traveling around in Florida and cracking jokes about license plates and cooking food in my used Buick that I had at that time. There's the short one I just referred to, 2,700 views, and that one is only 3 minutes for people who are, like immigrants to the United States, new arrivals, people learning English a little. Here, this one I like, but other people don't necessarily like it so much. 2.6 thousand views. This one is a fun one to watch visually. If you see this one, this is about an elaborate light show in Shenzhen, China. Shenzhen is just north of Hong Kong on the border, and you do need a visa and passport if you're an American citizen to get into Shenzhen. Now, this one says 2.1 thousand views. Mingwa Light Show, that's at SeaWorld in Shenzhen, one of their great tourist attractions, where they have a very elaborate light show there, and they do have stuff to see other than like the Great Wall in Beijing and the Temple of Heaven up in Beijing, which I visited those also. And you see, I have some more on here, Edgar Allan Poe, and about when I worked at newspapers. Here, this one, my suspense novel from 2015, After Dark, and so on. So, if you want to, is World War II inevitable? There's an issue, 750 views. Interesting to me, but I don't have a website and I don't spend a lot of money or any money on advertising. So, in other words, interesting to me, but if you're interested in it, I would be looking for people to help me promote these or to develop a website or something like that. Here's one that's interesting to me. Also, 727 views, never off the charts. That just refers to the repetition of the same thing I've been saying in this video, that when I underwent skills and abilities testing, either at businesses such as car dealerships or insurance companies, or at schools such as elementary school or high school, I do not test out at the genius level or that type of thing. I'm like at 90 in overall math is one of my skills or abilities, which is above average. 87 in overall English, which is a little above average, and 83 in science, which is simply average in the region of 75 to 83. I'm at 90 in the creative writing component of English literature or English language, which that probably allowed me to work at newspapers for years, but mostly back in the 1980s, but also some in the 2000s in Houston, but mostly in the 1980s in Wisconsin. And so that I'm only at 83 in reading comprehension, which helps you understand a video like this. 83 is simply average at reading comprehension. So that's probably not the reading comprehension of a literary genius to only be 83, where 75 to 83 is average. So here is again one of the funny ones that I like, cooking noodles. You can look that up. Michael Kujawski noodles or something like that. Here shows you subway trains in Shenzhen, China, which I really like those. And here's some more cooking noodles, stuff like that. And here's some more of my thoughts on noodles and obtaining the job, walking around Hong Kong, and so on.